as of this past December, according to new data from the Federal Reserve Bank out of New York, and statistics for the fourth quarter of 2016 revealing that outstanding student loan balances increased by $31 billion since just the previous quarter. So some high numbers there, and to join us now to talk about these high student loan numbers, these high costs, is Christy Stabe, financial strategist, president of Silver Sail Wealth Advisors. Good morning, Christy. How are you?
Good morning, Rich. I'm well and glad to help.
And speaking of helping, well, first off, what do you make of these totals? $1.3 trillion in student loan debt as of the end of 2016. That's according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York.
Well, it's a large number, and hopefully most of the people who have borrowed money to go to school are getting value from that. They're increasing their knowledge or their technical skills so that they're going to be able to make more money in the end and pay off all those loans. So,
what can students do to control the costs, because there's not much they can do as far as the institutions go. When it comes to raising tuition, the schools are going to make that choice. But what can students themselves do to help them manage the debt that they face and not be too overwhelmed?
Well, some of it truly is planning at the beginning, and how much you think you want to spend on school and what you think your payoff loan will be. I think many of them just go blindly in because their friends are doing it or because their parents did it, and they just sign on the bottom line and take on a loan and go to school. So the planning up ahead is a big thing. And then there are many websites that you could go to. I mean, one of them is salary.com. They'll show you the 8 college degrees that'll earn you more money back. So if you're open to what you might do for a living, there's some great places to research, and you don't have to be burdened by a student debt.
Yeah, so it's all about researching ahead of time.
I agree. Yep.
So is a degree worth it these days? Because we mentioned at the beginning of the segment while we were connecting with you that there are millions of millennials out there. They're putting off buying a home and even putting off marriage as a result. Is it still worth it to get a college degree, or is that being too short-sighted?
In most cases, and again, I did a lot of research for the call this morning, and in most cases, if you're going to have knowledge that you're getting or technical skills that will allow you to be more valuable to your employer or to clients, in my case, and you are going to make more money, it is worth it. And there's a calculator on, I think it is payscale.com, where you can put in a calculator of, I want to be a veterinarian or I want to be an engineer. And it'll say, well, it'll take you, 7 years to pay off your loan or 12 years. So it's a great information.
Do enough students in your mind, do they seek enough help before they get into college, whether it be with someone in the financial field? Is that something that maybe students need to do a better job of pre-planning?
Absolutely, and I'm hoping to help educate the community on that myself, and just the people that I know. Many of them, the parents have saved up for college, and the child has chosen some degree. Just because that sounds like fun to them or that they would enjoy it. And there's really no research going into what in the end it will give them, or if there's even a job once they come out. So we're trying to tell the parents, essentially, unless you're really researching what is the return on investment, you're sending your child to a 4-year or 5-year vacation. Very expensive.
And Christy, before we let you go, where can people find you online?
I am at silversailwealthadvisors.com. It's like a sailboat. silversailwealthadvisors.com.
All right, sounds good. Christy Stabe, financial strategist, president of Silver Sail Wealth Advisors. Christy, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Rich.